Hare Krishna. So I'm going to be reading from this book, Spirit Matters, which is a compilation of articles, a column, so to speak, that was published in Hindustan Times. This particular essay is titled, One God Ties All Religious People. It was published on the 22nd of July, 2002. So I'm going to read directly from the book. The book is a publication of the articles as is. This one begins, Peace negotiations are stitched together in unlikely places these days. According to a report in one leading newspaper, Abdul Rashid works full-time in a Hindu temple as a tailor who makes outfits for Hindu deities in Mumbai and worldwide. Abdul is a practicing Muslim who subscribes to the Bhagavad Gita's teaching that giving up all dharma and surrendering to God is the ultimate action for a human being. That's in the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 66th verse. And what is dharma? It may be translated in this context as religion. And what is the instruction? Give up all varieties of religion and surrender unto me, or aham, the Sanskrit word for me or I, denoting the speaker of the Gita, Bhagavan, God. Both Muslims and Hindus worship the same God, albeit by different names. Whether we call him Allah, Krishna, the Father, or Jehovah, God is one. The purpose of the Muslim faith's emergence was to firmly establish the principle of God among the people of Mecca, Medina, and the world. The same principle is embraced by Hindu Shastra. The second aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra is Janmadasya Yataha. The absolute truth is he from whom everything emanates. In other words, God. Such mantras establish the final authority of one God over all devatas, rishis, and bhaktas. Such singularity of purpose ties together all truly religious people. It's a singularity as opposed to a potpourri. This concept undergirds Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Judaism. The unbreakable thread holding the fabric of all true religious life in place is love of God. It's that simple. Interdenominational violence is generally based upon the essentially atheistic greed for more land, power, and money. For centuries, Hindus and Muslims mostly lived together in India peacefully. It took foreign intervention to ignite hostilities that turned into the carnage of 1947, wherein civilized restraint seemed to vanish. The saner section of society knows that religious people of all backgrounds are peaceful. If India's culture is as tolerant as some say, then there should be no violence. Without voluntary and loving surrender to God, we will not know peace. And the most sustainable peace prescription is God's own pronouncement that He is the proprietor of all lands. That's stated in the Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, 29th verse. According to the Gita, only by performing acts of devotion like those of Abdul Rashid and many other Muslims, Jews and Catholics and Hindus the world over, people can live together without fear of communal, religious, and national violence. End of the article.